All right, everybody, welcome to our score machine training. Before we get started, I wanted to see if anybody had any questions from our last training that we want to discuss prior to us going through the walkthrough of the software. You can unmute. All right, well, let's get right on to it, into it. So here's the score machine homepage before logging in. Prior to us logging in, we're going to go ahead and review the pricing here by clicking on that tab there. We're going to go ahead and scroll up to give us our pricing options, okay? So these are monthly subscriptions. We have a $197 monthly subscription. This gives you 5 users. So this is 5 either employees or VAs that you want to import or give access to utilize the software. And you can upload up to 100 clients. Then we have our $297 option, our professional option. You can have 25 employees and 175 clients. Then we have our Pro Unlimited amount, which is $497 a month. This will give you an unlimited amount of users and an unlimited amount of clients that you can put into the software, okay? So these are your options in regards to our plans, and then you can also scroll down to compare the options here, okay? So it provides you with the number of clients that you can import into the software and things of that nature. Okay, so pretty much giving you a rundown or a synopsis of exactly what is included in these plans. So let's go ahead and get logged into the software here. And we'll be taken to our home screen or the dashboard. Now, here on the dashboard, you have the total amount of clients that you have imported into the software, the total amount of clients that are fundable, the amount of clients that are not fundable, and the amount of clients that have completed or created a client profile in the software, a login profile. You have 2,209 banks and credit unions in the software. So with our software, we're able to import credit reports utilizing MyFreeScoreNow, Identity IQ, and MyScore IQ. And once that client's information or credit report is imported into the software will then take over and read the report and determine what account or what credit bureaus and what banks are accessible to your profile. Okay. So those 2,209 banks and credit unions will be accessible to you de- depending on your credit report. Okay. Then we have our credit report here. This is where we encourage you to utilize MyScore IQ. This is because they have the FICO option. With the FICO option, this is what lenders look at to determine whether you are fundable or not. Okay. So we do encourage you guys to register with MyScore IQ. Simply click here on this link, and it's going to take you into the enroll page. Okay. So MyScore IQ is the recommended credit monitoring site. Okay. Next, we have our client login link. So this link can be provided to your clients to create their own profile, or not their own profile, but their own login so they can see exactly what you see pertaining to their specific credit report. Okay. Nothing else. They don't have access to your back office. All they have access to is their profile specifically in your software. Then we have our onboarding link. This link can be provided to your clients to onboard themselves. So you don't manually have to import them yourself. You can allow your clients to do that for you. Okay. All you need to do is provide them with the 3 options of gathering their credit monitoring or creating a registering with one of those credit monitoring sites, which is MyFreeScoreNow, Identity IQ, and MyScore IQ. Once they've gathered those login credentials, then they'll be able to onboard themselves. Okay. Then we have our calendar here with the dates and times and the links of our trainings that we host. And you can also click on the calendar to add any tasks that you feel would be, beneficial for you and your business. Okay. So you can add that information here and click here to save the note. All right. We also have an affiliate program. With our affiliate program, you can receive commissions off of everyone that has registered and subscribed to the software. So you have your specific affiliate link located here, provided to all of the credit and funding companies that you are affiliated or have access to. You'll get commissions, and after 10 subscribers, then your percentage of your commissions goes up. Okay, so go ahead and get your links out there to those individuals so they can get started with our software. So that's pretty much what's on the dashboard. Now, also on the dashboard, if you want to go ahead and add your client yourself, simply click here where it says I add new client. Remember the three options that you have to be able to import that report: my free score now, identity IQ, and my score IQ. Understand, with identity IQ and my score IQ, you need the last four of the social in order for that credit report to be retrieved from those two credit monitoring sites, which is my score IQ and identity IQ. Once the information is imported, you'll go ahead and click on add client, and you will be able to see your client's information located here under client. So let's go ahead and click here. Of course, there's a total amount of clients that you have in the software. Okay. And it's determined by if that client status is active or if they're not fundable. Okay. Employees, you have the ability to add any employees to the software. So if you have any VAs or employees, you can go ahead and click on the add employee button here. Type in their information, create a profile, a password if need be, and then provide that information to your employee. Now, when they've logged into the software, they'll be logged in specifically under their name, and anything that they've done in the software will be noted under their specific name. Okay, so you as a software owner will be aware of who is doing what into your software. Work areas where we're going to be doing most of the work when it comes to utilizing the software. So we will come back to this area here. Feature requests is where you can send in requests. Say, for instance, you have something that might be beneficial for the software and other users in the software. You can simply click on new request, type in the title of the request, describe or a description of what you're requesting, and a picture if you have one, and then you'll go ahead and submit the request. And what will happen is our developers will review it and determine whether it will be something that will be beneficial for the software as well as other users. AI coaches coming soon. Knowledge base is pretty much mocking the school community. So this is where you can find different items here. Classroom is where most of the videos are located in regards to any trainings that have occurred prior to. We have our calendar here, of course, with the dates of trainings. Maps is the learning pathways to show you exactly what's going on within your software, located here. Okay. We'll go to our subscriptions again. These are different plans here, located here. So we have our Pro Unlimited, like I shared, it's $497 a month. Unlimited users and unlimited clients. Okay. Professional option, $297 a month. You get 25 users or employees that you can put into the software, 175 clients that you can put into the software. And then we have our 197 option. These are monthly subscriptions, 5 users or VAs or employees, and 100 clients. All right. Support. We have a great support team here. So if you do want to live chat with one of the individuals in the support here, you can go ahead and click on their name, type in your what you're needing assistance with, and then you'll be able to communicate that way. If you're having any issues with the software, you can submit a support ticket located here. We have our frequently asked questions located here as well. Contacts or hours, how you can get in contact over the phone with one of our support teams as well. Okay. You also have your email here, and if you again want to do the live chat, you have that option here. This is letting you know when at the times that our support team is available. Settings is where you'll be able to change anything within your profile. Passwords you'll be able to change here. Any agreements. So say, for example, if you come across a client that's not fundable, you can change this from disabled to enable it. so that you can still see the funding options available for clients that are not all the way fundable. Okay. Now let's go back here to our work area. Like I shared earlier, this is where we do most of our work when it comes to utilizing the software. Again, a brief summary about the software for our funding companies or individuals that are looking to get others or yourself funding. That's what our software has been created for. You'll utilize or register with one of those three credit monitoring sites, which is MyFreeScoreNow, Identity IQ, or MyScoreIQ. Type in your login credentials under the Add Client. Once that profile's been added into the software will then determine if your report is fundable or not. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into that. I'm going to go ahead and click on a client here, and you'll be brought to the work area. Now, here in the work area, you have different options located here to be able to review your report, consolidate debt, and things of that nature. Okay. So first icon here is, if we click on it, this is the analysis of your credit or credit in general, helping you understand what credit is, what are the bureaus, what is in your credit report, why is the credit report important, and different things of that nature. So this is a more informative option located here. Next, we have our progress report of the credit report. If we go ahead and click on the icon there, it provides you with your credit scores, the credit score analysis, so your score broken down by the percentages, the types of negative items that you have on your report, inquiries, late payments, collections, charge-off, public records. As you can see, for us, for this specific profile, there's 9 inquiries, so that is considered negative. Then you have the breakdown of the negative items that are located on the report, the number of accounts, the type of account, the account date or when the account was open, the creditor, what bureau it's located on, and if it's new, still present, or if it has been removed from the report. Okay, so that's under your progress report. If we go back up to the top here, we're going to go ahead and click on underwriting. Underwriting is where you're going to be able to see if you or your client's profile is fundable. So we go ahead and click on that icon there. You have your credit scores located here. And do you qualify? Now, these data points have been retrieved from the different banks that we do have a relationship with. So they provided us with these data points, and some of these data points have been increased just in case that those banks do not have that specific requirement. We want you to reach to a higher level. That way you can increase your ability of or your probability of getting funded. Okay. So your first option here, and as you can see, it says green means good to go. Yellow means proceed with caution, and red means you're not eligible for funding. So if we go ahead and review these data points here, your scores are 730 or higher, under 30% utilization, minimum 5 open primary credit cards with 2 years of good payment history, 3 primary credit cards with at least 3 years of age, no more than 4 unsecured accounts open in the last 12 months, under 4 inquiries. And as we can see with our TransUnion, we have 5. So that's why it's color coded in yellow to proceed with caution. And we have our collections, charge-offs, late payments, and bankruptcies. As we can see for this specific client's profile, it is fundable. And our next steps will be to go to funding. Now you also have a breakdown of your debt utilization, the negative items that are on the report, and that those inquiries and how they're lowering the chance of the approvals. Okay, so these are the inquiries that are possibly lowering the chances. As we saw, TransUnion had 5 inquiries, and here are those 5 inquiries on that specific report. Now, if we want to pay down our debt, we can also go ahead and click on our option here, utilization. Our target number to bring down that utilization would be 30%. If we wanted something lower, you'll go ahead and select that. And then the software is going to do calculations and provide you with a plan on how much to pay monthly and that and how quickly you can get it paid down. Okay. So let's go back up to the top here. We're going to go to the credit war map. Let's go ahead and click on this icon here. Now with the credit war map, this has been created for you to be able to attack inquiries on your credit report. So what's going to happen is when you click on launch inquiry exterminator GPT, the chat GPT is going to populate here. Okay. Now what we need to do is gather those negative items that are on the report. So they're located here. What we're going to do is copy this information here. And open up the GPT here. Paste it here in the little bar here. We're going to go ahead and send. And now the chat is going to go ahead and formulate those letters based off of those negative inquiries that are on the report. What you have to do is, as it provides you instructions, before I generate any dispute letters, I need you to complete the required questionnaire. This determines how the letters will be written and how the inquiries will be grouped. So you can determine the tone of the letter, conservative, balanced, aggressive, and how many accounts you want to be listed on each of your letters, okay? The maximum accounts will be 5. So once you've provided all of that information, let's say we want our letters to be aggressive, copy that, and I'm gonna put it in the ask anything bar. Then let's say we only want one letter, or excuse me, one account on each of the letters. And then we want it to be for all 3 of the options here. Uh-oh. Hold on. Go back. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and click on the arrow. Now the software or it's creating those letters for you. Okay, so that's for a TransUnion, and that's all of those 9 inquiries. The letters are being created for you, okay? So of course you can download those, print them out, or have the Alibadi team print those letters for you, okay? So it's literally going to develop letters for all of those negative or those inquiries that were on the report and for all 3 of the bureaus. Okay, so this was something that was recently added to the software. And remember, Batty is constantly in the lab updating the software. So if you haven't already registered, I highly recommend and encourage you go ahead and get registered and subscribe, because it's gonna just keep getting better. Okay. So again, if you haven't already, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the chat the link to go ahead and get registered with this software. And I encourage you guys to go ahead and get registered, get subscribed, because you don't want to miss out on this. Batty is, like I said, in the lab constantly, and he's always making updates. And his last goal is going to be to add something very, very spicy to this software to help us all around with funding, credit, you name it. He's gonna put it, he's putting it together. Okay. So you guys go ahead and register, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, too, if you do need credit repair, you have the option to go ahead and utilize the M2 software. So you click go to, and it'll take you directly to that software there. Okay. So that's under the credit war map. Now let's go to the automated credit analysis here. We're going to go ahead and agree to the terms here. You have your scores here. And this is where your credit score pretty much is broken down. Now here in the automated credit analysis, we can go ahead and click right here where it says run law engine. And the software is going to review your report to see exactly what issues is detected within your credit report. Right here it says employment presence inconsistent across the bureaus, and it provides you with codes that you can utilize to create a letter to pretty much have that information updated. Okay. That's for this specific report. But if you were to import something else and go into the credit automated credit analysis, click on run law engine, it will provide you with that information as well. So you can literally take these codes and go ask ChatGPT to formulate letters based off of these specific codes. Okay. Next, we have our debt consolidation option, excuse me. You'll simply select one of those accounts to utilize a snowball method, and then it's going to provide you reminders of when you need to go ahead and make those payments. Okay. It's pretty much broken down here of the minimum payment to make so that you can get down to your get your debt down, excuse me. Also, too, your save payoff plans are located at the bottom here. Okay. Now let's go to our funding audit, and this is going to give you, oh, let's go ahead and agree to the terms here. It's going to give you a projection of how much you can possibly get approved for through your personal or business side. Okay. This is just a projection. All right. So they base it off of your scores, um, your credit report, and it'll determine about how much you can possibly get funded for. All right. And the last tab here is funding. Go ahead and apply. So let's go ahead and click there. Of course, agree to the terms here. And now the software is develop or researching the different credit unions and banks that your specific credit report does qualify for. Okay. So let's go ahead and let it do its thing. Right now it's loading funding cards. All right. So here you've been provided with different options. Now you have funding types. You can either keep all selected, or if you have specific type of funding that you do want to tap into, you'll go ahead and click on credit card, loan, line of credit, SBA loan, some prime lenders, home equity loan, auto loan. And if you only want to pull from a specific credit bureau, you can do that as well by selecting that option. Okay. Now here are your bank options or your card options that you can apply for, located here. And as you can see, if we can go ahead and click on the little arrow pointing down, it's going to give you all of the banks that are in the software. Now, green check is for the state. If the state that you're currently in will allow you to apply for the specific bank, it'll be checked green. Also, too, what bureau or it pulls from, Equifax. And then that number in the parentheses is how many products that you can apply for through this specific bank or credit union. Okay. Now to move forward, all we have to do is click on apply now, and it's going to take you directly to that application. Okay. Now, those of us that have any questions going forward about the specific banks, simply read the information pertaining to the bank, and it's going to be able to provide you that information here. Okay. Now, that's pretty much the rundown of the software. If anybody has any questions, let's go ahead and get our hands raised and let's get these questions answered. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, I want to encourage you guys to go ahead and get registered or subscribed with the software. It's going to be very beneficial for you to do that. Not only for the funding platform, but for all the other upgrades that are going to be happening in the software fairly soon. I encourage you guys to go ahead and get started with the software, get subscribed so you don't miss out. Okay. We're going to go ahead and end the call. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, same link. So join on if you do have any other further questions, or if you want to continue to learn how to utilize the software, okay? You guys enjoy your evening, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.